Yesterday, Apple announced what might actually be their most important release of 2018. I'll tell you why. Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest, it hurts. Apple's announcement yesterday may seem at first glance like a dull affair, right? No new fancy specs, no new features, nothing to complain about, and nothing worthy of pre-ordering. They actually offered us a cheaper iPad that wasn't crippled with outdated hardware. The significance of focusing this release on cheaper iPads and education goes a lot deeper than it might seem at first. An iPad with a focus toward education at a price point of $329. Yeah, this is what I've been looking for from Apple. I've complained about their ridiculous prices for years. I've complained about their cluelessness. I've complained about their arrogance. But all of a sudden they throw this curveball. They give us an iPad that starts at $329 for 32 gigs of storage and $429 for 128. This iPad is different than the one they released even last year. It has the A10 Fusion chip inside, which is the same chip that's on the iPad Pro models right now. The Retina display is a decent 264 ppi, so nice and crisp. Oh, and it has Apple Pencil support. Before, you had to pay $800 on an iPad and $99 for a pencil to get that support. And yes, the pencil still costs $99, but Logitech is coming out with a cheaper crayon that will be $50. Why does this matter so much? You're still asking yourself. For the majority of us, the people that watch tech videos on YouTube or make tech videos on YouTube, it might seem like a cheaper, decently spec'd iPad. Not a big deal. Over time, though, if Apple does, in fact, get this product into the hands of kids and families and focus it on education, it could be huge. It could honestly change the lives of a lot of people. If you've watched my channel, you know I have a couple of kids. You might know that I teach creative writing at a major Midwestern research university. What you might not know is I ran for our local school board twice and lost. One of the things I was really dedicated to during that time was getting technology and internet access into the hands of as many kids and families as possible, especially the kids and families who could least afford them. If you have a kid in school, you know how necessary having decent tools like fancy tablet devices and computers and stuff, as well as internet access, is to kids' education these days. There are a lot of families out there that can't afford an iPad. A lot of families that can't afford internet access. Kids who don't have access to all those tools are really, now it's become a disadvantage for them in school. I grew up in a family that struggled financially in a state that always struggles financially. So I was kind of honestly blown away to see Apple's announcement and watch their event yesterday. Pricing an iPad that's more within the reach of families and schools and supporting that release with a renewed focus on education, if Apple follows through with it and it's successful, then it's really going to change a lot of children's futures. Some of you are probably out there saying, oh, it's just Apple trying to compete with Chromebooks and all that stuff that's cheaper, trying to get into the schools. They want to be competitive in the education market. And yes, there are other players out there, Microsoft, Google, manufacturers of Chromebooks, that are also competitive in the tech market. But if a byproduct of Apple's renewed focus here contributes to better educational opportunities for more students, that's the kind of Apple I can get excited about. Steve Jobs often said he envisioned Apple as a company that would make devices everyone could use to improve their lives. For the most part of Apple's history, that meant improve the lives of the people that could afford them. They have always been restrictively expensive products. And this is a refreshing, admirable move. It gives me some hope that there's something still alive inside the Cupertino Space Donut that really wants to use their products to help make a better world for everyone. Now, don't worry. I'll probably be really ticked off, up in arms, ranting and raving when Apple releases their next half-finished, overpriced product. But for once, I think they're getting this one right. Thanks for being here, folks. If this was your first time here, please think about subscribing. I really would appreciate it. Like the video, share it with people. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you keep doing it. Once again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest, it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.